Hey everyone, I'm Nadine and welcome to Bookish Nook. Today is Wednesday, and as you probably all know, Ginger Reads Laney created the Top 5 Wednesday family, and I decided I would try to give it a go for the next few weeks, see how it goes, because the topics that are for each of these Wednesdays are super exciting. So I will leave the link for the Goodreads page down below for all the information if you want to participate or see everyone else's videos. So the top 5 for this Wednesday is the top 5 books that you devoured. Now I took this as in devoured not just in one sitting, but also you devoured the story and kept wanting more. Sort of like that. So I will begin with number 5, which I chose Bloodlines by Richelle Mead. I remember reading this on the plane back from vacation from Punta Cana, and I just devoured it the entire plane ride back, and then just dove right into the second book as soon as I got home. I love the story so much, and I think I like this story a lot more than Vampire Academy, although they're two huge separate stories that they're very hard to compare. I just felt like I connected more with Sydney than I did with Rose. Coming in at number 4 is Beautiful Disaster by Jamie Maguire. Now this is a new adult book and there is some graphic content in this, but I remember buying this sort of on a whim. It was on a sale at Costco, so I just picked it up. I had no idea what it was about. The cover isn't even that great, so I really don't know why I picked this up, but I'm glad I did because I devoured this in one sitting and I was an emotional wreck from like beginning to end, and then after I couldn't pull myself together. It was like the biggest book hangover I've ever had for some reason. I don't know why, but just my emotions were running so high when I read this book. But essentially, if you have no idea what this is about, it's about this girl, Abby, who goes to a university away from home since she's sort of running from her past, as is every other new adult book. But she meets Travis, who is this tattooed fighting character, and they're like so opposite on a personality spectrum that it just kind of spells trouble, and he's like an obvious man whore, and then she hasn't done anything, blah blah blah. I don't know why. I found this unique, although it does have the same generic storyline as other ones. I don't know, you should definitely give this a shot if you are looking for something new adult or just something different and very emotional. The relationship, I will warn you, can be kind of bordered, not the healthiest relationship. I think that's why it's so emotional, at least for me. But yeah. Coming in number 4, Beautiful Disaster. Coming in at number 3 is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and if you've read this book, you probably understand why I chose it. The book, the story just completely takes you in, and the characters are so real, and just because of how we all are when we fangirl over something, you identify with this book on every single level. It's not even funny. So I didn't read this in one sitting, but I did read it pretty fast, and it like took over my life. All I could think about was these characters and Simon and Baz. Coming in at number 2 is Angel Fall and World After by Susan E. I just love the story so much. I sort of picked up these books on another whim because they're kind of floating around BookTube and everyone was just saying how fantastic they are, and I'm glad I did. I immediately started reading the second one after I read the first one because this world just pulls you in, and Penguin is just so awesome and badass that you just want to know what happens next. And coming in at number 1 is Jennifer L. Armentrout's Obsidian. Once again, I picked this book up on a whim. I seen a book trailer for it, and as book trailers go, we all know they're pretty shitty. But this one was okay. It got me really curious, and I had to order, and it was this horror deal. But when I read it in one sitting, and I could not wait for the second one. I was so obsessed with these characters in this world. It was pretty pathetic. I read the second one, and the third one wasn't coming out for a while then. And then Shadows was released on just the Kindle, so I ended up buying it for a Kindle, and I don't have one, so it was this whole ordeal trying to read it, and oh my god, this story is just so awesome and exciting, and I've heard that a lot of people parallel it to Twilight, but I didn't think of that at all when I first read it. This story, if you have not read this, go read it. It is such a fun, light, and fast read. So those are the top 5 books I have devoured. Let me know if you devoured any of these, any of my top 5, and which ones you would include in your top 5. Bye!